What happens to freelancers on the long run?
Freelancers are usually working solo, and at a certain point, as time goes on, they kind of plateau in the amount of income they can generate as a solo freelancer.
So what they need to do about it?
Depends on what they want to achieve in life. If their goal is to grow and increase their income, they usually outsource. They start outsourcing, or they hire more team members to work with them so that they can get more projects. Or, for example, they might collaborate with colleagues and friends of theirs. Because as a solo freelancer, they just have limited amount of time and a limited amount of energy. So they cannot get 100 projects. They can get 1, 2, 3 max. So with a team with them, helping them, they can get way more. This increases their income. Some of them also, they start their own agencies. But with agencies, it's a totally different ballgame because there's a lot that goes into that. A lot goes into hiring, the operation model changes, a lot of different factors come into play, and it's also not very easy. It's a big hassle and there's a lot that goes into it.
What do you think, as a full-time, is a good an option to take?
Yeah, some freelancers, if they don't want to go through all the headache and hustle of finding more team members or starting their own agency, they go back to full-time work. That's always an option that freelancers can go to in the long run. And since they have long years of experience and they probably have diverse portfolios, they'll probably find good senior positions. However, some companies are kind of scared of hiring freelancers, especially if they've been freelancing for a long time.
For a long time, yeah.
But I said some, because it's not all.
I actually experienced it myself.
Yeah? Tell us about it.
For some time, I was freelancing 5 years plus. And after this time, I thought about I should take a break maybe from freelance and finding a full-time job. But then I went into some barriers with the recruiters because they were scared, looking at my CV, that I have a lot of freelancing on my CV.
Why do you think they are scared?
Because freelancers, they are more free and not depending on 9-to-5 jobs. Let's say they're not maybe consistent. They jump from project to project.
They might be afraid that the freelancer can always leave. They're not afraid to leave. And I think maybe they're also afraid that, okay, this freelancer is not used to working with a team. Maybe that's another thing.
Or maybe a corporate environment. They don't like corporate environments. They like to be free most of the time.
Which is kind of true.
Yeah, they like to be in many places maybe to change the habit.
Yeah,
I think.
But it's definitely not fair to generalize and judge all freelancers the same way.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have anything to add more about it?
Yeah, I was in this situation as well. At one point, because I was a freelancer for 9 years, at the end of that run, I felt like I plateaued. I was not growing anymore. And I wanted to grow. So I tried starting an agency and working with a team. It was a big headache, actually.
Very consuming.
I was willing to try it back then, but at a later point in my career, I was like, I don't want to deal with all of that stress and the headache and the hustle of it all.
So you were thinking about going back to full-time?
Exactly. So I thought I'd give full-time another run. And luckily, I found happiness there. So, don't worry about your future. There are always things you can do.
There are always solutions to take.
Exactly.
And different path, different strategy.
Paths you can take, exactly. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, describe any of your experience down in the comment section.
Yeah, I would love to hear that. And subscribe to us for more design content.
Stay tuned, guys.